Hi everyone. Good afternoon or good evening or good morning from whenever you're calling in from or watching this recording from. Hope we had a good day. Hope we had a good week, a good weekend. Yes, it's another weekend. I mean, it's another week, another opportunity for greatness, another opportunity to be better, another opportunity to win. There's so much opportunity that is awaiting us this week. Every week offers another opportunity to be better at what you're doing, to succeed, to place yourself in a strategic position where you can take advantage of opportunities that the day, the week gives to you. Like they say that where there is a will, there is a way. They also say that a living dog is better than a dead lion. So the fact that you have life, you have an opportunity. So don't be discouraged. Just keep pushing. Just keep pressing another door. If you knock on one door, it doesn't open, go to the next door. Just keep trying. Eventually, they say also that nature paves way for the perseverant. So if you're perseverant, if you're persistent, if you keep doing it, eventually, nature is going to give you that success, going to make um provide or create an opportunity for that success to happen. So I just want to just wanted to just encourage somebody today. This week we can see from Monday is going to be a bit quiet. On Monday and Tuesday, just one speech USD happening. So Monday, Tuesday might be a little bit quiet, but you know how it is. Sometimes it might show that it's quiet, but when the market opens, everything just starts getting volatile. But just be on the lookout. This is what is gonna be on Monday. It just looks a bit quiet. But now the fun begins on Wednesday. That this is our FOMC week, FOMC week. So we'll know that most of the pairs will also have some form of will have a good volatility that we can take advantage of. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday looks like it's gonna be a bit quiet as well. Generally, looking at it right now, it just seems that this week may not be as volatile as we that last week was. But whatever be the case, we just have to be on the lookout. Let's see what opportunities are presented in the market so we can take advantage of them. So straight up to the charts, remember we're trying to take this trade, this move up and down thing that started happening, but price kind of broke out to the upside. So we're quite glad that okay, eventually we broke up to the upside. We're going to take advantage of it. It did break out and we were buying, but eventually started coming down, broke back in, and whoever would have taken this trade would have been knocked out of it. Because if I was to take this trade, I would have possibly put my entered at this point and put my stop loss somewhere around here. But this will have come in and knocked me out of the trade. So this would have been a loss. So I see what happened. It came all the way down. Now, as you guys can see, it seems like it's trying to create an inverted head and shoulder, and this is like normally if this inverted head and shoulder happened somewhere around here, I possibly would have said, oh, fantastic. If it happened somewhere around here, I would have not even thought twice before looking for opportunity to jump in. But it happened way before it got to a strategic level, a structural level. So I might have to be a bit careful. So I advise everyone to be careful. But if you want to, we can see opportunity here as well. If we want to, take advantage of it, we just need to wait to let this thing. Let me see now. Let me get it out so I can draw that out. So we'll have to wait for this to trade. Excuse me. Just have to wait for this to trade above that level and then come back into it. But then if it comes back, you have to watch out for this level for your first TP. But if that breaks, takes you back to the upside. But generally, we're expecting this to continue to the downside. That is what we're expecting. So that's one thing, that one move. The next move could be that, for that to continue to the downside. So if we see a break above here, possibly might take an inverted short, might just be what this is trying to do, give a pull back into the massive pullback that would be then for you to continue to the downside. So our trade is to wait for this level to be broken, for price to come back into that level, then we'll look for a trade there to take us there. Or wait, for some people you might say, okay, I'm just gonna take a trade at this level. That may be your move. Take a trade at that level. If that happens, then this will be your TP. That will be your TP. But some other people will say, I'm just going to wait for it to break the previous low that it had so that I can get more accurate entry, probable entry. down to that level. So that's what that trade is going to look like for people that want to take that Euro NZD JPY. I know we talk about correlation sometimes. So if we are saying that this is coming down, so possibly there's a possibility that this may be going up if NZD is strong or weak. But also bear in mind that they are not individual pairs. They have other pairs, other currency have their own personality as well. The yen and the euro have their own personality. So it is possible for the euro NZD. I think I'm just gonna take this up because it's just getting in the way. Just gonna take this up here. Yep, it's possible for the euro NZD and the yen JPY to go up at the same time or to come down at the same time. So don't put all of your eggs in one belief basket of saying that the correlation would always apply at all times. Yep. So that's one thing I wanted to just make us understand. So now, what we were waiting for this to break to the upside. We're waiting for this move to break to the upside. It did happen. Price what's it called now, opened to the upside. Fantastic move. So but then somehow just started dropping, and it's been playing all the way down here. So if you might want to see another trade at this level so that we can take it to the upside, or if that rejects and then keeps coming down, then we might take it to that side. So these are two clear levels we can look for our trade for anyone that wants to look at trade on that NZD JPY. Yep, so that's that one. One move would be that is a reject here, but there's a reject on the upside as well. Although I know this is stronger than that side. So what we want to see, I'll be more inclined to take a what's it called now, a buy here if I wanted to, but then have my stop loss here, just in case this is remember this has to be a break, retest, jump, retest, or whatever, so but if you want to be extra careful so you don't get that knocked out, just wait for this to come back to the upside, then come into it, then you can take your trade. And if you're also looking for the downside, wait for this to break out properly, see a clear breakout and close below, the candles, let them all close below, then you can wait for a retest into that level, then you can look for your trade to the downside. So that's NZD JPY. Euro Swiss franc, let me see. Yeah, this one, let me see if I can find something. So as you guys can see this now, so that move, and then price drop, so that move again. So I'm expecting that to continue to the downside. It's already made that break, retested that level and dropped. So now it's been trending. So possibly it may just continue trending, may just trend back there. But generally, I'm looking for that to continue dropping. Then if that drops, breaks that, then what we're looking for is that move so that we can trade it to the downside, or just take this as the move. Yep. So that's your trade for Euro Swiss franc. If we're going to trade that, but I'm more biased towards the downside for this pair, or euros card. As you guys can see, that was a strong level that we're waiting, that we blocked in. We locked that level. I was really expecting price to break that level, to come back into that level and bounce. Yes, it did happen. If you look at it, if you wanna let me see now, if you could drop down to your smaller time frame, it's massive move, guys, massive move. It did break into that level and then bounced a whooping 180 pips, almost 180 pips. That was that move. And then price did what? Price continued to the downside. Absolutely fine, not a problem. So right now, what are we waiting for? I'm waiting for price to come back into structure for you to continue. So you can see there's a clear breakout of that level, close below, another candle, more candles, but then we always expect to see a pullback. If there's no pullback into this level, I'm not going to sell this market. I'm just going to let it be. But then I'm definitely expecting a pullback into that level. Now, when that happens, my trade will be that would be my trade. My TP will be that level 1.44760. So that's one of the trades I will be really looking at for this week as well. So it's really, really straightforward. As you can see, it's really, really clear. Come back into it and drop. You see, it was a strong level. Price broke it easily. very massive candle. So everything tells me that it's gonna keep, it's gonna push back to the upside. Yeah, again, if I don't see a retest, I don't see any reason why I should just sell. So I need to see a retest into that structure before I can look for my sell down to that level. It still has a long way to go. So that's Euro CAD. Next one is GBP AUD. GBP AUD. Now I expected that price to reject. I mean, come back to when it broke out, reject. I mean, go back into that level and drop. Yeah, but it's kind of pushed into that level. So what I'm now expecting, based on that move that drop. So I'm expecting that move as well to continue. But remember, guys, I was really always looking for price to keep coming down. You know, got that massive move that I was waiting on. So that's what's been happening. Price has been coming down. You know, I really regret not taking this trade at this level. You know, because I saw it. I saw this trade happening. Excuse me. This trade right here. This one coming into that level. You know, I saw it. I should have taken it, but I kind of maybe I think I remember having, I think I had much more trades running at the same time, so I didn't want to over push it. So that got into that level and dropped. So what we're waiting for now is the same kind of movement for price to come back into that level and drop. So if you want to trade this, just put your sell limit at that level 1.80960 level. You know, so your TP will be back to that trend line or back to this level. You could take your first TP here, you know, and then second one at that level, which would be in like a confluence between that structure, that support, and that trend line. So yep, that's another trade we'll be looking for today again. So that's this, and more one of the key probable trades I'll be really looking for will be that too. So yeah, I know some people have already joined the call, so just yep, you probably might have to catch the recording on some of the ones we've looked at already. Now for this one as well, same thing, expecting, we saw that move, and then price dropped, did that and then dropped. So we're waiting for the same thing to happen again. So it's now trending. You know, trending is now in a strategic place. So if you had entered at this, I think I possibly took a trade, but maybe your stop loss will have been somewhere around here. You see, it's still okay, still hasn't taken us out yet. If you entered at that level, you know, now it still looks like a good place for you to take a trade because it is at the retest. It's structured on a level. So price has gotten back into it. So it still looks like a good place for you to take a trade. But if you take a trade at this level, possibly it means that your stop loss, you have to push it back up. Yep. So my lines are not that straight. You have to push it back up so you can take that trade. Where would be your TP? It's just there. I think that's the next place would be that down. Yeah, that's the next available place to take a trade out. That would be a very good trade, to be honest, really. Let's see. Yep, very good one. Almost 290 pips. So yep, be on the lookout. Price has come back into it, into that structure, you know, break retested. So now we're looking for that sell. That 289, I mean 290, almost 290 pips move to the downside following that price action. So that's GJ USD CAD. Now this is moving according to plan. Now I really was expecting this to come into that level, you know, before that move. But yep, we won't always know what price is gonna do. It refused to go back, but then it's moving according to plan at that level. It's coming down. So now it broke and now retested. Just like I said, break, retest, and then we'll see a move kind of push to the upside. So if you are in this, if you wanted to enter the trade and your stop loss was here, possibly will have still not been out of the trade yet because it came up, but it didn't take you out. You know, so this is your still at the structural level. Remember, break and retest, so it's still at that level. So that's still a good trade to take, you know, at that level. That's another good one. So TP down there, let's see how many pips that would be. Okay, another 270 pips for that one as well. So that's about 3 or 4 trades now we're looking at for that are ready to be traded. So let's see AUD CAD. Now this has struggled a bit, came into structure like we expected and expected a bounce. Yes, bounce started happening and then price got stuck somewhere. Yep. See, we said price will come back into that structure and then bounce. Yes, it did come back and started going up, but somehow rejected and it's coming down now. So that's another opportunity for you to take it again if you had not entered, because I'm still looking for it to come back into that level and take us up. So two-way places. Remember what I said, that you have to wait for a break of this level before you take that trade. I said that last week. So, but that level didn't break. So we ignore this for now and start looking for a sell limit, a buy limit at that downside 0.91048. But let me see, because there's also a possibility that price may actually decide, okay, I'm going to break it and continue to the downside. You see how strong that level was. It's a strong level. Hasn't broken it in how many since it got into that level in 2013. Got into that level in 2013. It's not been able to break it. So now it's back there now in 2019. So now what that means that it is possible for it to break it. As you can even see, it came down, pushed up, but the bears were still so strong. They pushed it back down. Then it's tried to push it to the upside again. They kept pushing down. So there's possibly, or can possibly say that these guys are still strong. The bears are still in control. They may keep pushing this to the downside. So if you're still I'm still biased towards the upside anyway, because we have structure. You have to trade this with the absolute small what's it called now, small volume. Don't over push it, because anything is possible with this. You can push up to the downside, continue to the downside. As you can see, the struggle pushed up, the bears dragged it down, pushed up again, they kept dragging it down. So it's possible it might just keep. If you want to be on the safe side, to be more to increase your possibility of winning this, I would say don't worry about all of this. Just ignore it altogether. Just to give you the extra confirmation, let it push to the upside. Look for your trade at this level, previous high. So price comes back into it, then you can be more a bit more assured that, okay, I think the bulls might still be in control, might still need to push it up a little bit. If at all it's going to come down, that may happen. But then again, if it pushes up again to this level and it pushes ahead, then you can say overtrade, the bulls are in control. But for now, don't overtrade this. If you want to take a trade at this level, you can do it, but ensure that you have stop loss in place. So for me, I'm going to be very careful as well trading this one. Yep. Euro Aussie, I was expecting that head and shoulder to play out. It's still there. Remember what I said last week, that it's possible that it just this continues, just keeps going down, doesn't give us any head and shoulder, because if you look at it now, I thought this might happen, and then you can see that move to the downside. But again, this is possible. Price may just break that, retest that, and then continue to the downside. So either way, anyhow you want to trade it, ensure you have your stop loss in place. If I'm going to enter this trade, again, this is another good trade at a key level that you can take it. Stop loss should be here, then your TP would be here. Yep, but then if that takes you out, then look for that level. This would be where your next trade will be, for that to come. That would be one of the most perfect head and shoulders, but I doubt those things happen in the market. So just be careful. Again, one other thing you can see is for price to just do this. Just keep doing that, and then you can see that move, which is another form of head and shoulder. Yep, just be on the lookout. A few more. I think I have about two more there. I don't want this to be too long. So yep, that head and inverted head and shoulder we're trading since the past 3 weeks or thereabout. It's still rolling, hasn't been invalidated yet. I still have my trade. I think I entered somewhere around here. So price is still going. So I'm expecting this to push out into that level, then look for another trade so I can take it to the upside. So if still, for me, still valid, still haven't given up on this one yet. But if you haven't even entered this one yet, I would say wait for this to break to the upside. That's all. Possible price may just drop to the downside. I'm not looking for a trade to the downside for this one. I'm not really looking for a trade to the downside. But if it plays out, the downside plays all well and good. I'm more biased towards the upside. I want this to break. Excuse me. I want this to break to the upside, break that level, come back into it, and then I can continue buying that. Again, guys, you do not have to trade every single one of these pairs. Just take the ones that gives you a bit more rest of mind and higher possibility than the rest. This is another one. Remember this trade from way back. You know, I don't want to keep saying it over and over again. We're looking for that trade, and now it's coming down. We've been trading this downside for like forever. So the final bus stop for this trade is this level. This is where we're looking for a trade to get to. But remember what I always say, it won't give you this thing in a full day. It will go up and down, try to take your money and what have you. But eventually it's gonna go. It's now in a downtrend again. So we were at this level, price decided to put in a pin bar. I think that's a pin bar or a hammer or whatever, and then shot to the upside, and then now it's coming back again. Because this is where we are at the moment. So what we're expecting now is for price to come back into structure, come back there before continuing to the downside. Generally, I'm still biased towards the downside for this pair. Still biased towards the downside. Price is just gonna keep going down, So expect that move and then price to drop back to that level. So possibly you could put the sell limit somewhere around there. 80, that's that level 86, 88, 80 or 880 has been quite important to me. I've really been watching it. So let's look for a trade at that level. Price may come back into it and then continue to the downside. So I'm not really looking to buy anything for NZD card for now. Just let it be. NZD, no, I'm not looking for that. No. This guy right here, I'm not sure what exactly he's trying to do. So it's broken that level. It's broken that level. I was waiting for that inverted head and shoulder to play out. I know most of you were at the same as well, but now it's broken it. So who knows, price may just do that and then drop to this level. The reason why I say that level is because that's the previous level it got to before, jumping up and then it's coming back into it. So price may just, I know most people are looking for this to be this buy to play out, but it's just really been tricking us and taking our money. So I created this level again for it, so it may just come there before bouncing, but for now I'm abandoning GU, except for scalping, if you just want to quick wins, in and out maybe and all of that. But if I wanted to take this at all, this is where I'll be looking for my buys. I would ignore all of that level until price comes back into this level. That looks much more convenient, much more probable. So I'll be looking for a trade at that level, 1.25, 800 or 810 or thereabout, for it to take me to the upside. But I wouldn't be jumping into any buy at this downside anytime. So I'm definitely not looking for any sales, to be honest, really. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this session. I just wanted to show us one more thing before we go. If I can find it. I don't know if I can find it now. No. Okay, let me see. Gmail. G. Give me a second, please. Give me a second. Just a second. Okay, so yep. Okay, for everyone that I spoke to about this, I did this training the other time. So I've uploaded all of the videos that I felt that I feel that it would be beneficial to everyone. So if you can send me your email addresses, so I can, or better still, instead of doing that, let me see if I can just get you to but then I will still have to give you permission before you can access it. Share this, get the link. Okay. Can I do, I think. Okay, just get me the link. Let me see what else. Yeah, let me just make it 4. Yeah. So I'm gonna get this link. If maybe I can edit. I think view and edit is the same. Hold on. I think it won't, if I say only view, it might not let you download it. Just in case I want to download. So let me just make an edit. It's fine, even if it gets deleted by mistake, I still have the copy. So I'm gonna post this on the platform for everyone. So people that will be interested in getting access to that, the videos, loads of them. Anyway, I did a bit of training, but this is the full thing. If you want to enter into the business, just to understand what Amazon business is, this is the training, all the trainings that you need to be able to get you started. So it's all here. I talked about Jungle Scouts are the people that develop the research software as a service that you use for Amazon. Okay, all right then. So guys, that brings us to the end of the session. I would see you guys if I'll see if I can get if there's any question on the platform. If not, I would see you guys on the other side. Thank you. Have a fantastic trading week.